Hello, this is Felix with the 73 Chevy Wrecker, making a video on a proportioning valve. Now, a lot of these videos on the internet, YouTube or whatever, they show you, what the functions are for a proportioning valve. But I noticed that nobody out there has a video of actually how to reset it. Amazingly, I just reset mine, but I had to pull the whole thing out. If I didn't pull it out, there was no way that I could reset this thing. There was no way. Not only because of its age, but also because there's smaller tips that you might need to know. Anyways, let me show you. I pulled everything out, including the fan shroud, and that's where my proportioning valve for my braking system is at. With the lines running up, I went ahead and plugged off both ports using a hose to hose setup, which means I'll re-bleed this master cylinder as soon as I get the valve back in. I put these plugs in just to keep the flow from it flowing out. It will flow out. Don't get me wrong, it will flow out. But let's go back here. I was able to pull the valve out, and when I got the valve out, you have all of these little windows coming out, and I had a problem with this part on the bottom. So this is the bottom passenger brake, this is the front brake, and then you have another little rubber cone on this side. Now if it's bleeding from the front, I believe that you push that little valve in right there and it should reset it going that way. That is for the front part if your front is leaked out. Now if you're going to the back, you're going to need to pull the whole thing apart. Now this is just how I did it, just because I have an impact and I was able to do it. I pulled the valve apart, and then I was able to access this little hole right here. That didn't go through there. I mean, obviously you see the depth of that, how deep that is. See how deep that is, and that's where the port is at on this side, and this is to the back, to the rear. Opened up down there. I opened it up, and this is what I found. What I did was I took a wire. You gotta have a pretty good size wire, and this is baling wire, not too thick, but I put it right into that hole right there, right? Pushed it in there, and you'll actually feel the valve in there. When you actually push down on it, you will be able to see the shuttle valve on the top move from the top. I already had the bleeder screw put in. I've been waiting for this moment for I can't tell you how long, and it's been bugging me because I've had spongy brakes and issues. This is a tow truck and you shouldn't have that, but I've been having it recently and decided, well, screw it, I'm just gonna pull the whole damn thing apart. Well, I pulled it apart. That end, this right here, is a 1 16" socket to get that off. But just so you know, there you go, right through there. My shuttle valve is seated all the way because that's my bleed screw, and that is supposed to almost bottom out, pretty much bottom out, for you to be able to bleed the brakes. I'm gonna leave that in, and then I'm gonna put everything back together, and then as soon as I bleed the brakes, then I'll take that out and put my sensor back in. There you go. Hope that this helps anybody out there having problems with the proportioning valve on any of the Chevy models.